Let's go, though, to the end of Qin. It unifies all the states in 221 BC. And suddenly, under the reign of the second emperor, it collapses. The collapse is sudden. And the story goes like this. There were two farmers who had to report for duty, for military duty. And there was a deadline. And the rule in Qin was that if you did not make your deadlines, you were subject to execution. The farmers are going through a swamp and they're caught in a rainstorm. They can't get out in time, and they realize they're not going to make it to their station in time, and they will be executed. They go home, they'll be executed, and their families probably as well. If they go to the camp, they'll be executed. So they say, well, the hell with it. Let's revolt. And there's a certain appeal to that story because it's a story about the fact that people were oppressed, that there was no leeway given in Qin. It didn't matter what your intentions were, it was the act that mattered. It was a very harsh and strict law. What seems to be probably truer is that Qin had tried to extend its system to all the feudal states too quickly, and that once things started to fall apart, and it's true that the second emperor was a poor leader, but once things started to fall apart, all the old states in the east rose up against Qin. Their existing nobles led armies of revolt, and Qin was over very quickly. 4 years later, a new dynasty would be founded. But for the moment, the larger lesson that might have been learned by many people was that a single centralized bureaucratic empire was not effective, was not a solution. That in fact the Zhou model, Zhou feudalism, was still the only viable form of government, and that Qin represented a failure. Why that was not so will be our concern in the next module.